to return back quickly to fitness, you are not done. It's not like you're sitting at your desk all day. You still do CrossFit most days, I understand.
So I would say that I do CrossFit style workouts, but not
functional fitness.
Yes, fitness. Definitely.
And and so on that note, there's a company called PRVN, which is super well known in the CrossFit community because it is the company of Tia Claire Toomey, who is by far, she is, I think at this point, unquestionably the greatest CrossFit athlete of all time. And she's still active.
Yes.
So
1000%.
She's completely dominated the women's division. Every year she's competed. She took a year off to have a kid, came back and crushed everyone again. It's and like by huge margins. There's never been anything like it in the sport. And she's still active. I mean, she might have more kids and she'll still just keep on going and getting first place, it seems. So Tia's company with her husband, Shane Orr, they have this company Proven, and it's kind of a proven workout program because it's what I think Shane, primarily her husband, created programming that allowed the greatest CrossFit athlete of all time, the fittest person in history. And you have partnered with them to create something called Proven Go. So PRVN space Go. I'll have a link in the show notes. And this isn't a sponsor message in any way. I just think it's something really cool that you've done. And so this is a workout program that is designed to be very easy for somebody to follow if they have a busy lifestyle. Maybe they have kids that are traveling all the time with work. It allows you to work out with very little equipment or kind of hotel gym level of equipment if it's available. So tell us about how this happened, how you ended up being associated with the fittest person of all time and creating this program for her and her team.
Yes. So another thing that I never thought I was going to have the opportunity to do, like you said, not only getting to work with such amazing people from an accolade standpoint, obviously, like you said, she's won the CrossFit Games many, many times, is undoubtedly just the best CrossFitter. And not only that, but a great person. Her and Shane are just great people and they are such hard workers, and which just makes it that much better to get to work with other people that, again, are really passionate about building something great and definitely have the work ethic to back it up. And so I would say now maybe even close to, I would say it was soon after starting my job at CHG, Nick Johnson, who's the CEO of Proven, reached out and was like, hey, we want to partner up and work on a program together. And I remember texting.
How does that come out of nowhere?
It's interesting because I forever am going to be, I love health and fitness. I'm extremely passionate about it. And for me, it took me a while to figure out what, going back to what my workouts were going to look like, because, I had this realization, I was like, and confirmation, I was like, I am no longer competing. I am done, not going back. And I needed to figure out what fitness looked like for me going forward. And it's interesting because I would say for a few months after even, being a full-time data analyst, I was not going for the gym as long, but I was still doing very intense workouts. And if you didn't know any better, you would probably think I was trying to go back to the CrossFit Games with the workouts I was doing. And I think that's just what I knew for so long. And I didn't really know what else I was going to do. And I think there was also, if I'm being honest, I think now looking back, there was so much of my identity that was tied up into being an athlete. And then I always think there was so much of my identity tied up into being super strong and good at all of these CrossFit movements. And I was kind of having a hard time letting that go, to be honest. But I started asking myself, when I'm doing muscle ups or handstand push-ups or anything like that, it was like, why am I doing this? And not that you totally can. I could keep doing those if I wanted to, but I had to have a check-in with myself of like, okay, what are my goals now? What's the goal with Colleen, health-wise, career-wise, personal life-wise? What am I working towards? And do my workouts indicate or match up with those goals? And if I'm being honest, they were not. I was training like I was trying to go back to the CrossFit Games, essentially. I wasn't, but that's what it looked like and felt like. And so over a few months, I was starting to figure out and find a lot of joy into just going into the gym and moving and not getting really hyper focused on specific weight on the bar or time. Like it took me a long time to do a workout and not start a clock because I was so ingrained in my head of, well, I need to know how fast I'm going. And then, so kind of reprogramming my mind. And not that I very much still am competitive and I love getting to throw down with other people, but it was a good time to reprogram my mind of, okay, what does training for lifelong fitness and health look like? Because I want to feel good, not just now, but I want to feel good and strong and fit 20, 30 years from now. And so I started to, I think I was starting to post different types of workouts. And those workouts were, like you said, they were minimal equipment, mostly using dumbbells, getting more creative with, more body weight movements. I travel and not get super stressed out about, well, I can't get to the CrossFit gym I want to go to. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to do a workout in my hotel room. And I'd post about that. And it would just be, lunges and burpees or something like that. And that really resonated with people of like, you don't always need the quote unquote right equipment or perfect setup and stuff like that. You can just sometimes just use yourself or just yourself and a pair of dumbbells. And so I think with what Proven was trying to do with this program and this track, because their other programs are specifically around CrossFit, and this was going to be different. And CrossFit in the sense of like competing, so needing to hit all of the movements that would show up in a CrossFit competition. And with Proven Go, there isn't that, those higher skill movements like a muscle up or handstand push-ups or handstand walking. It's a little more different. So you have that functional fitness side with your cardio, but some bodybuilding exercises and really fun core stuff. And just stuff that honestly I was getting really, really passionate about doing. And I was seeing really good results without being in the gym for hours on end. And I think also why that resonated with me was, I had a drastic shift of, okay, I'm working a full-time job and I don't want to be in the gym for those hours. I don't need to be, and I definitely cannot. I was like, I can't afford to be in the gym for 3-4 hours a day. That doesn't make any sense. And I started to figure out, and I think I also used to believe that I had to work out at the intensity that I used to in order to look and feel a certain way. And then I started to realize, oh, I can work out in this new way and still reach my new goals now. And I think that was really exciting for me. And so I was starting to share that. And I think that was one of the reasons why Proven and I really aligned on, what they were trying to do and what was really passionate to me. And I think what's really fun for me with this program in general is, I'm really working towards building a program that is rooted in the reality of people that are busy professionals, whether that's in a corporate tech space, whether that's being a full-time parent, just making it accessible for you to be really healthy and really fit and also enjoy your workouts. And I think it's also been really, really fun to see the community continue to grow because that, like I said, I mean, that was one of the reasons I started CrossFit was to work out with other people. And obviously when you have a really busy schedule and, you maybe can't get to a class where you're working out with other people, it's really fun to be able to log in, do your Proven Go workout and communicate with other people that are doing that same workout, but maybe in a totally other state. And it's cool, just that community part of accountability, because I think also when you get into the grind of being super tired, both mentally and physically from your job, maybe you had a hard week or parenting or whatever it is, it can be really easy to be like, well, I don't have time or I can't get to that gym. And, the excuses can build up. And I don't think anyone would necessarily blame anyone for not going, but I think it holds people accountable to be like, hey, no, like, let us help you and like, let us bring this to where you're at. Like, you don't need to totally change your schedule in life. Like, this can fit seamlessly into your day to day. And I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what's been really fun.